Hey guys, Registry here. I wasn't expecting to do this, but here I am making a commentary video. As you all know, Attack on Titan is currently airing, and so far it's already a wild ride. As some of you know, this channel was founded off of Attack on Titan sakuga videos, and I was intending on continuing that tradition once Season 4 ended. Because whether you're quick to admit it or not, there has been a big change in the animation of Attack on Titan this season. As many of us know, this is in large part due to the studio transition last year from Wit Studio to Mappa Studio. The artistic style itself is more or less intact, if not a tad grittier, which I do like. But the changes really become apparent when everything starts moving. Up until episode 7, I still haven't found enough scenes to make even half of a true sakuga video, which puts me in a difficult situation. Let me be clear here before moving on. This is not a video about me dunking on Mappa. Despite making multiple sakuga videos on the show, my appreciation for it goes far beyond the animation alone. For a show that originally started as the action horror anime to watch of the decade, it has slowly evolved to incorporate some of the best storytelling in anime history while holding on to some of the top tier action and animation that got us hooked in the first place. And up until now, that story has only gotten more intricate and intriguing to watch unfold. With these two powers combined, Attack on Titan has become a juggernaut of an anime to watch around the world. But what if you take away one of those powers? What if we aren't able to watch the tight choreography of Mikasa and Levi flying through the air, burning our corneas with some of the best mid-air movement in anime? Alright, let me get to the point. For Titans and even the Scouts, unfortunately, 2D animation is cast aside in this season in place of the cheaper, time-saving CGI. And hearing the term CGI alone in a sakuga-based anime community is like nails on a chalkboard. From a business perspective, this makes sense. I understand why Mappa went this route. Not only is it guaranteed that all Attack on Titan fans are going to watch it anyways, but I assume creating top tier anime like this in such a short time and during a pandemic no less is no small feat. Let me remind everyone that Mappa is still also doing Jujutsu Kaisen this season and recently finished other high-octane shows like God of High School recently. Truthfully speaking, I don't even know where they had the time in the first place for Attack on Titan, but that's just how good this studio is. Even before their recent rise to the big time these past few years, Mappa is and always has been a great animation studio. Really, Mappa is doing a better job than I ever would have expected this season. Animation aside, the directorial talent in Attack on Titan Season 4, as well as all of their other shows, is top-notch as always. But sometimes for the most hardcore sakuga fanatics like myself, seeing things like this can throw all of that out the rational window. Unlike a lot of sakuga fanatics, however, I think CGI has its place in anime. And I'm not just talking about background characters or the scene itself, I mean full-on CGI anime. When done right, 3D anime can truly be a spectacle. Shows like Beastars and Land of the Lustrous from Studio Orange are great examples, but what about the PVs of anime games like Honkai Impact and Arknights? Hell, there are even moments in the Naruto Storm games that look better in 3D than the actual anime itself, though that isn't saying much sometimes. The problem with it being used in Attack on Titan, however, is that quality-wise, it's a punch in the gut compared to what everyone's used to. Not to mention, it can create quite the visual whiplash when going back and forth between 2D and 3D. Personally, I believe this whiplash is preventable when done right. Okay, I get that this might be a bit of an unfair comparison, but look at some of the work that Ufotable does. The way they use CGI is already incredible, but would you believe me if I said that some of the characters themselves are made from a CGI baseline? CGI plays a huge part in not just effects, but movement itself. It's helped to revolutionize anime in the past decade, and Ufotable has led the charge on that. Although Ufotable is basically an untouchable legend in this category. The point is that a lot of this criticism could be avoided if Attack on Titan's CGI was better than just, well, average. Average animation, whether it's 2D or 3D, is not something that this series is traditionally known for. Many people don't take issue with it except for the keen-eyed sakuga fanatics like myself examining every single frame like a detective, expecting nothing less but brilliance from the series. In a way, this situation is like a repeat of the One Punch Man studio swap. The animation in One Punch Man Season 2 was by no means bad, it was actually very acceptable in my eyes, but for fans of Season 1, acceptable just isn't good enough. It's kind of hard to be upset at these critics because this is how we were conditioned to look at the series in the first place. You really don't know how good something is until it's gone. I will say though, after watching the most recent episode and rewatching episode 6 again, setting aside wit level expectations, it's really not that bad. And not all the movement is 3D, there is some 2D sakuga here. It's just that comparatively, things look worse when compared against something that's far greater. Luckily, Attack on Titan has a story that outclasses One Punch Man to increase the enjoyment factor, but at what point is the story not enough for people to just read the manga instead? Representation-wise, Mappa is doing an incredible job of adapting the style of the manga. Maybe even better than Wit Studio did. Although, to be fair, the art in the manga has gotten much better over the years, leaving less up to the imagination of the animators. Alright, I've been buttering up Mappa for a while now, but there is one thing that Mappa did that is inexcusable in my eyes. After seeing that epic Season 4 trailer back in May, most of us went in with the preconception that the Titans and Scouts would be in 2D. It's kind of hard to not get disappointed when seeing the exact same scenes redone in 3D because it was directed by a different person. People have every right to get upset at untrustworthy marketing. Showing one thing and then delivering another is a common theme in media culture, and I really wish that Mappa wouldn't have subverted expectations to this degree. In my opinion, this is one thing that Mappa does not get a free pass on. Even so, it shouldn't be understated that Season 4 has been extremely faithful to everyone that has worked on the anime beforehand. Seasons are cut from the manga with stunning accuracy. Scenes from Wit Studios' work are shown in this season during flashbacks too, capturing the look and feel of scenes like the initial attack on Wall Maria with that yellow glow that was ever so present in the first season. Even those troll cliffhangers that Wit did a lot are still here. And hell, they still have Hiroyuki Sawano doing the music, the biggest music composer in Japan that literally couldn't put out a bad song if he tried. A lot of stuff is still intact here. It's still Attack on Titan. Some corners had to be cut, and that's inevitable. Studio transitions are never easy, not that I'd know, but Wit wasn't exactly a perfect studio themselves, and they still worked hard to make a great show in the time they had. They even went back and redid a lot of scenes. I believe Mappa shares this philosophy, otherwise they wouldn't have picked up this project in the first place. With all that said and done, Mappa is doing us a great favor by animating a show that no other studio wanted to touch. But if it took an extra year to give us the animation that Wit gave us all those years ago, then I'm sure we'd all have no complaints with waiting that extra year. But unfortunately, that's not quite how business works. At the end of the day, this is the product we got. It may not be perfect, but at this point it's kind of hard to ask for more. I'm not sure if I'll be making another sakuga video on Attack on Titan, as much as it pains me to say it, but you never know, we might be pleasantly surprised in the future. Attack on Titan is still a show worth watching and probably always will be. Besides maybe Dr. Stone, it is still the series I am most hyped for this season. Well, that's enough rambling for now. You guys may disagree with me and that's fine, but this is my personal take on the matter. If you made it here to the end of the video, I humbly applaud you. Making videos like this really isn't something that I have a whole lot of experience in, but if you enjoyed it nonetheless, it would mean the world to me if you could comment, like, and subscribe for more quality sakuga content. And who knows, maybe I'll make more videos like this in the future. Until then, thanks for watching.